and, being able to be probably one of the biggest, I don't know, what do you call it, rewards of just kind of doing music and being who I was along the journey, which is just a journey, because it's like you have all these milestones and then they just come and then they just go, and then you're kind of on to the next part of the journey. And working with really talented people and letting people into my creative world is what kind of led me to all the different little parts of my life, whether it was doing the solo record and, starting Lamb and starting Harajuku Lovers, and then going on to basically having this dream about wanting to do a beauty brand, which is something that's like, before music, it was makeup. I mean, it always was for me. I mean, I was the girl that ran home from school and asked my girlfriend to let her mom like dig through her makeup drawer. She had tons of Mary Kay, and we would just like get nuts, and just do makeup. So it's just something that I've always loved. And I guess because I kind of was like, the only thing I was good at was a little bit of art. Like, I wasn't really good at school. I'm dyslexic. I have ADHD. I don't like, I just didn't really fit into school in that kind of way, but I loved art. And so makeup for me was just art. And it was a way to like change who I was and have this like other personality. And so I think that, when I basically, my life kind of went crazy about 7 years ago and just kind of fell apart, and in my personal life, a lot of really sad things happened. And that's when I was like, you know what, I want to start something that's my thing, that I'm starting fresh, that is the rest of my life, like my give back, like the thing that I know that's always been me, that I could do good, that I could share with somebody else. And that's why I started Give.
Give, yes.
I started working on it over 4 years ago. So to be at this point, and I just think about you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm talking to the girl that made this. I mean, this is literal. You don't even do makeup without one of these now. Like, it's crazy. So it's incredible to talk to you and to see that how far you've come, and to think that, just for me, it's more about like, it's the makeup, but it's also the community that I'm really interested in, you know what I mean? That's why talking to you is so cool, because it is a dream. It is a dream when you wake up every morning and you say, how am I going to face the day? Like, who am I going to be today? In this, which version of me am I going to be? And how am I going to present myself? And that's a gift to somebody else and a gift to yourself. It's like you're giving yourself this look, this confidence, this way to walk out the door. And then you're presenting that to someone else that gets to see that, and you made that effort for them. So I think it's just a very artistic way that people present themselves through makeup. And it's incredibly like inspiring to see some of the artists out there that are just making these amazing looks, and the talent.
Isn't it amazing?
It is.
I mean, we would never have seen them without social media either.
Yeah.
I mean, before, the makeup industry was very isolated and very almost cliquish, like you had to be with an agent, and you had to, be with a certain publicist that you work with, or managers that you work with, in order at least to do it at the level that I was doing with celebrity work. It's just such a different world now. That is so inspiring, Gwen. What you're doing is so awesome. And I love Give. I love the concept of it. I think it's amazing. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I've got to see if I can reach out to her in any way and just talk about it, because I think it's so inspirational. Can I ask you a question though? And I know this might be kind of hard to answer, because you've done so much in your career and you have given so much to us. But what do you have a favorite makeup look from one of your videos, or anything that you've done that stands out in your head? Because I know you've done so much. Like,
I have done a lot. I honestly, I think probably two of my favorites would be, I love Underneath It All. I think there's some really pretty moments in that video, things that I had never done before. And then I think that Misery, which is one of the later videos, that to me had some of the most beautiful makeup. That's Gregory Arlt, who I worked with for years, and I learned so much from him. And it's just such a creative time period to be able to, like, in a video, do so many looks in one day. Because I mean, as you would know, like, it's really hard to like get all the shots you want to get and make changes and have different looks. And I think that that's like a really beautiful like fashion video where we got it
Oh my
all.
God.
Yeah,
It
everybody
was.
working on that video was just like so passionate about getting it all done, you know?
That was epic. That was epic to have all of those looks that you went through in that video. That was epic. And Gregory is such a sweet soul, such a sweetheart, such a great guy. He worked with Mac for many, many years when I knew him. And I mean, I still know him, but back
He's
then.
really one of the only makeup artists up in when I met him that I really like trusted and went through so much with, because for me, like when I paint my face, I feel like I'm somewhere between, like, there's a lot of makeup artists that put makeup on really pretty models and things like that, and it's really easy, but I feel like for me it's always been like this fine line between, like, I need a lot of makeup, like I want a lot of makeup, you know, but I don't want to go so far that I sometimes where I have gone too far probably, but I don't know. He was just like a really nice balance between painting me and not. So I learned so much from him, and that's the game. That's what we're in here, is just learning from each other and always trying to elevate and always trying to bring something new.
Yeah,
It's just a very creative place to live.
Gregory had a really beautiful touch and a really beautiful eye. I know I saw you're working with Ernesto right now too. I love him,
Yeah.
another sweet soul. He is awesome and so talented. And listen, he's been so supportive too for Beauty Blender. But so, you know, about dreaming though, I mean, this line you have, I'm like I said, I'm obsessed with Tragic Me. I wear it every day. And you know, it's funny because being a makeup artist, unlike you, I would come to work and I wouldn't really wear a lot of makeup. And I found early on that if I would have beat my face, and times have certainly changed now, but if I would have come done up like I wanted to be done up, and it happened a couple times. Well, I walk in, you know, into the trailer, I set up and I wait for my client to come. They automatically assume I'm going to do their makeup like I have done my makeup. And so that could be good or bad, or you just never know. So I would always just come with no makeup on. Just to kind of like, let's settle this right away. I'm not wearing any makeup. So you're going to have to just see what I do right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and you know, it was a dream for me to be able to work with celebrities and then go on to, you know, I created Beauty Blender because I ended up getting this job on Girlfriends, which was a TV show that was shot in high def, and it was the first show ever being broadcast out in high def. And so the makeups you could suddenly see. So if you wanted to wear a lot of makeup, it had to be applied impeccably because you would see everything. So I created Beauty Blender actually as a way to mimic airbrushing, which they thought was the best way to apply makeup at that time for high def. But I wouldn't have to bring my compressor on the set because, you know, when the recording sound, you can't have your compressor blowing air and all that stuff. But I mean, again, you know, in my dreaming, I never thought that Beauty Blender would be the thing that I would be known for. I thought it would be makeup because I was a makeup artist. You know, I never knew this little sponge was going to be the thing that, you know, took me around the world and really just, you know, helped me manifest all the dreams for me. So I guess my question to you is, what are you dreaming about now, Miss Gwen Stefani? What are you dreaming about with your cosmetic line? What are we going to see? What are you doing?
Well, you know, for me, it's like, I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? I think the hardest thing is actually being patient enough to just be like, okay, here's what we got so far. And, you know, I'm launching 3 new products starting in mid-August. And it's just been really fun to finally let the dream that I've been dreaming, like, out of the bag. Like, okay, this is what I'm doing next. And, you know, I think that a lot of people that have been kind of exchanging love with me all these years through my music, you know, they've always wanted to know, like, what's the lipstick? Because they know I'm a makeup girl, you know, what's the color? And I think that the one thing that I wanted to do is create something that it's so overwhelming. Like, even if you're like, okay, I'm on Nordstrom Rack and I'm shopping the beauty department, and it's like, how do you choose something? Like, it's just really, really hard It's so overwhelming. I've always been intimidated by going to the makeup store. Like if you walk in and you just don't even know, like you feel so intimidated, by just all the products and these girls that are so good at what they do. And I just wanted to create a safe place for people where they are going to know no matter what product they get from me, I've done the work. Like I've already lived it, I've dreamed it, and I've tested it. And it's just the kind of makeup that is going to be super high performance. It's going to make you a better artist. It's going to be clean. It's going to be safe. All the things that, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to pitch right now, but it's like, it is true. These are the things that go through my mind when I'm creating this brand, because I think that there's a lot of people out there that don't even realize through makeup what they can feel like and what they can look like. And it's one of those things that I do know that, and I know that you know that because you're creating dreams on people's faces all the time with your art. That's a different kind of makeup artist, because you're dealing with all different kinds of faces. I mean, it's another level. For me, I'm always just painting myself for the most part. I did get to work, like I said, behind the counter for a while, but I think with this line, it's just like, okay, there's no gimmicks. Like this is just 100% going to be something that you're going to love, because I know that I'm not going to make anything you're not going to love. So it's been fun, and it's all been led up to this moment in my life, because if you think about it, like I got to create brands, I got to do fashion, and that was really fun. I got to do like Harajuku, and I think one of the things that's fun about doing makeup, it's not really that different from designing or creating music. It's really like, it's just a very creative thing, and it's the process of kind of manipulating a different kind of medium. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fabric, I'm dealing with oil, and like, how is this going to work? How is this going to make my skin better? And so it's kind of the same process, and I really, really love it because, yeah, not only like.
Listen, I had it all over my shoulders and everything today. It is so nice. It's so lovely.
I love putting it on my hands, but I feel like it's like makeup is a one size fits all kind of thing, that everybody can take that, whatever I create, and then they can make their creation with it. And I think that that's what's so cool about being able to work in the makeup zone at this point in my life.
Well, listen, I know you're a super busy lady. The reason why I wanted to talk to you, Gwen, is that you are one of very few iconic, famous, successful celebrities that I know their makeup, because I witnessed you doing your makeup. Because I know your makeup artists. I knew Kathy Young, I know Gregory, Ernesto, I know all, and they all love you and say, oh my God, there is no joking with this girl. She knows her makeup. She knows what she's going to do. So when you created your line, I knew you were going to pick the best colors. You were going to pick the best ingredients. Because you know what good quality is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always learning, and I've been working with Ariel, who I didn't even know.
He's awesome too.
I didn't know who he was. I just was like, oh, I'd like this makeup on Kylie. Like, why don't I try this guy? Literally totally innocent, didn't know. And he came over, and I'm always super judgmental like when it comes to makeup artists. Like I'm just always like, oh my god, like it's serious for me. So yeah. He does my makeup, and I was like, as he's doing my eyebrows, I was like, okay, wait a minute, this guy is probably one of the most talented makeup artists I've ever worked with. He's so precise. He knows how to make my face look like a Kardashian's face. Like I'm like, what's happening?
He's a sketcher. He's a sketcher.
It's unbelievable. It's literally art right before your eyes, right in basically the canvas was my face. So I've learned just so much through just working with different people, and I just want to be that for other people. There's so many women, especially women my age, that just, they want to be pretty, they want to feel good, they want to still be somebody in the world, and it gets harder and harder to have that feeling. And the thing is that makeup does that. Magic's in the makeup. I wrote a song about it. It's just the real thing, the real deal. And with a little bit of help, like a little bit of you know, love. Everybody can get that feeling. So it's fun to talk about it. You can tell that I could talk about this all day long. It's definitely my passion, and I'm definitely super inspired by the world. And it's just like I could never get enough makeup. I could never get enough of watching people put on makeup, talk about makeup. And I don't know, it's the same thing with pizza. It's a similar thing. Like, I love pizza. I don't know why. I just do. It's in me.
Well, I think you're a good Italian girl. I
That's
mean,
true.
well, listen, like I said, I am just so honored, Gwen, that you came today. You're the first guest on my series. I have
Oh,
a lineup
cool.
of some other people that I think you will be looking forward to hearing their stories too. And again, like I said, I know you're the real deal, and I know you love makeup, and I know you know how to apply makeup, and I know you are a discriminating makeup purchaser. And so I thought, you know, it would be great for everybody to be able to hear a little bit about what inspires you, and you know, a little bit about your background. And just thank you so much for
You
coming
and
by.
thank you for this. You know,
Oh, you're
like,
so welcome.
I
You're
love
so
it. It
welcome.
works great. And thank you for all the rest of the stuff you sent me. I'm gonna play and wish you the best of luck with everything. I'm sure I'm gonna see you again. I'll send you some more stuff and some more
Oh,
swags.
I
And
hope so. I mean, we're, you know, I feel very like I feel very like we're Sephora, we're like related now. We're Sephora sisters, right? We have our brands at Sephora. So I feel like Gwen Stefani is my Sephora sister. I'm definitely going to see you. Probably not on holidays, but maybe at, you know, some Sephora events or even outside of that. So,
well, thank
yeah.
you to everybody that came to listen to us. We love you guys. And
Yeah.
Rayanne, find me. I'm around.
I,
Thank you so
I
much.
barely found you today. My God, I had such technical difficulties. Thank you so much for being patient with me, you guys. I'll get better at this, I promise.
Bye, everybody. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.